everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana, go yard bandana. Big, a lot of like Santa. Threw a birthday party in a phantom. Big, like a dinosaur did it. And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, but had cornrow. I can see you hang with the attitude on some bankroll on what it do, boo. He had the roulette vibe, and if I ain't did it yet, I'll try.
Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
She said, what you gon' do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse of my family not having. I'm passionate like us after more than just cashing. Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packing. You boys all cap, I'm more Colin Kaepernick. I'm rare as affordable healthcare. Or going to wealth from welfare. I turn my W's to those.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rocky Grotto for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Sullivan. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 48 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First carry for Trenton Cannon. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
20.
They fake the give. Newton going up top. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. He's going to fire one, and this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He'll look to throw. And he's got Moncrief. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Now back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And now here comes Kansas City. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mack. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Here's Cannon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll run. This is Cannon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. On the carry, it's Cannon. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and... But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll look to throw. And a reception made by Dante Moncrief. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
They'll run with Cannon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Denver right after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for a Nunwa there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check 26, check 26. No.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Finding room inside the 40. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Trenton Cannon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 50, Newton. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, it's Newton. Left side complete, Seferian-Jenkins. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Newton throwing again. Newton has got it, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. To the air again, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Newton now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now a carry from Mack. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, it's Cannon. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Staying on the ground with Mack. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, it's Mack, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Down to the 25. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Trenton Cannon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A try here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. A short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Got three down. Mike 50.
Now Matt. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run with Mack. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, get right down. Get right there.
Play action. It's Newton. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backward. He'll come up on 2nd and 12, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure. For the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. We the ones don't like, but you look like. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be out. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like, but you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking